Alright guys, let's have some fun today. Now we've been doing a lot of carburetor stuff recently, which we're still got a lot to go. There's plans about that. I'm going to tell you later in the video on what my plan is for all of that. It's okay. But right now, I want to take the car out and I want to do a couple of test launches because launching the car, well, in drag racing is like 90% of the race, whether it's won or lost, right? And I haven't had the car out since BNR Racing's race, which he clobbered us, right? We got to fix that. But to be fair now, right, we weren't fully sorted for that race. We had the Holly on there, but we had the Holly chugging fuel. I mean, if you watch that race and watch the tailpipes, it smokes like a diesel the whole way down because it is just drinking fuel. It was way, way too rich. And we knew it was. It's just didn't change her out before, the race. And then we noticed the cracked base plate, which, well, now it's off and the Edelbrock's back on, right? So, and I never had full throttle with the Holly. By the way, I probably would have won that race had we had full throttle. But anyways, let's just take it out, see what she does. It's a hot one out there today, guys. So, what did we learn from that little, couple of test hits? Number one thing we learned is trying to work the converter, right? I feel like the car doesn't have enough bottom end, well, with the Edelbrock anyway, doesn't have enough bottom end to really work that converter very well. It's only got 2,200 stall in it, but even still, it rams up against it and then she just doesn't want to accelerate out of it. So that's the number one thing. We got to fix the bottom end, which I know how to do. We're going to do it, and it's going to be the exact same way Uncle Tony is going to fix Plan Z's bottom end. That's all I'm going to say. I know exactly what he's going to do, and I'm going to do the exact same thing, so stay tuned for that. This carburetor is going to help too. This definitely pulled harder when it was on the car than the Edelbrock does. So, and this was never even sorted. This was chugging fuel and it had lean conditions and it was never sorted. Never had full throttle. The throttle arm, okay, so on the Mustang, right? The gas pedal is hooked to an arm. Well, the arm length versus, it's not there. The base plate's gone. The arm length of the gas pedal and the arm length of the butterflies, the throttle, they don't match. So the gas pedal arm does not have enough throw to actually pull the throttle all the way open. Only on the Holly though. On the Edelbrock it does, so go figure that one out. I've tried every hole there is on there. It just ain't gonna work. I gotta extend the arm on the gas pedal. Obviously, that will help too. But, that's one thing we gotta sort out. The bottom end, we gotta get more power down low. We gotta get more torque to actually ram up against the converter and have enough power to drive through it, So that's one thing we learned. And keep in mind, we were spinning our wheels too, so even spinning the wheels, it didn't want to rev out of it. So we got to fix the bottom end. Also, we see good things happening though, because we see the front end rising, we see the back end planting, well, not planting the tires, but the back end is hopping up too. So we see the suspension working the way we want it. We see the driver's side tire spinning, so we're spinning both tires, like it always has. Pretty much any street we take it on, it will spin both tires. I mean, obviously, once we have more power down low, we have to retune the suspension, but for right now, it's, we got that going for us. So, all the building blocks are there, we just need the grunt to make it happen. Okay, carburetor time. What's our plan? What are we doing? So, basically, we have to, we're going to go on to stage 2 with this main body carburetor, right? Stage 2 is making an 850 base plate fit the 750 main body. You got to hone out the cylinders on the bottom, and there's one idle circuit feed that you got to notch just a little bit because they don't quite line up between the 750 and the 850. So you just got to notch it a little bit just so the fuel has a path to get to. So that is what we're going to do. The base plate is being provided by Clayton's Toolbox. He reached out to me and he's like, hey, I got one lying around. You want it? Just pay for shipping. And I'm like, done deal. Let's do her. So that's going to be coming. So thank you very much, Clayton's Toolbox. Go check him out if you don't know who that is. Go check the guy out. He's a really awesome guy. So that is the plan. But I'm thinking to myself, right? Because we got to redo all the work we just did on the other base plate on this one. Okay? So, yeah, that's going to take some time, right? This isn't going to be a quick, easy swap-a-roo thing, right? So, in the meantime, because I don't want this carburetor to be like, on the back burner again for who knows how long again. So rather than doing that, here's what we're going to do. I have come up with a way to fix the old base plate, the cracked one. I've come up with a way to do it. I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to do it just yet, but that's coming soon. I'm waiting for something to come in the mail, and we will fix the old base plate. But I want this main body in order to start working meshing that to the 850 base plate. So I want this main body to, be able to start working on step 2 while still being able to work on step 1 here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this main body off. We're going to swap it with just one I have lying around. It's I think it's a 750 Brawler, pretty sure. Very light. All aluminum, so the new stuff's a lot lighter than the old stuff is. So we're going to swap this out. I'm going to fix the old base plate, and we're going to still have this Holley carburetor to work with. The more CFM will still, and all the work we did to the old one, I think it's still going to perform well even with the choke tower. So that way we have 2 carburetors in the works. We have this one that we're going to still be able to use pretty much right away once I get the base plate fixed, and obviously we'll change the jets and everything while we have everything torn apart, and then we'll have step 2 in the works, just the main body, meshing the main body to the base plate provided by Clayton's Toolbox. Oh, is that everything? I think that was everything. God, that's a lot of talking. Whew. Sometimes it's hard to remember all that stuff. Alright guys, well that's the plan. So, that's pretty much what you're going to be expecting to see in the next couple of videos. More carburetor stuff and, the secret getting more bottom end, whatever. Hopefully that works. But, that's it for that. But that's not it for everything. There is one other thing I got to show you guys, and I'm really excited about it. You know, it's one of them things, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you ever find yourself wondering, sitting there wondering, God, I don't know what to do, you know? I wish I had some sort of wisdom that I could read that could jog my memory and, you know, get me back on the right track. I need a mentor. I need somebody who can show me the way, right? Well, for me, you know, I have one. B&R Racing, right? I got to meet the guy, you know, he came up here for the race, like I mentioned. We had a good race. He was a stand-up gentleman, right? You know, perfectly gentleman-like around my presence. You know, I think he mostly does all that, you know, weird stuff in a basement in the dark on a keyboard or something like that. I don't know. He didn't say anything to me when he was up here, but don't know why. But we got to talking. You know, he's just a wealth of knowledge, right? And I thought to myself, I asked him, right? I'm like, B&R, how can I possibly retain all the things that you say? You know, because this is valuable information. You know, and he looked at me, and I could tell by the look in his eyes, this is what he wanted me to do, right? We have limited time only, right? We have official B&R Racing quotes, right? Quoted t-shirts. Look at that. Anytime I need to know what to do, all I have to do is look down and inspiration just flows out of these. I mean, look, we have classics, right? Like my mentor, you know, the mentor quote. We have classics like the 50 caliber slow cat. Those hurt, by the way. Those hurt a lot. Can get you by 5 miles away. And obviously, right, you know, he said it was okay to put the channel logos on the back of them, you know. But this way, you never have to be left sitting there wondering, right? All you gotta do is look down, and you'll know what to do from there. You know, a genius. It's all I can say. Pure genius out of this man's brain. Okay, well now that's all, right? I mean, if you're interested in having a quote of your own, you know, there's plenty to choose from, right? I mean, there's a plethora of quotes out there to choose from. I mean, it's really hard to just choose one. I kind of wanted to put multiple on there, which, you know, I just might. But that's it for now. Oh, and we'll probably sell them without the quotes too, just the logos. But really, the logo is what makes the shirt valuable. You know, our logos really don't mean nothing. Might be coming out with hats too. But that's it for now. I'll catch you next time.